headlines from different newspapers, and we get to discuss the hot topics, and then the phone lines are open for you to join the conversation. Simple, but quite insightful. Before we get into the gist for today, the headlines, I'd like to tell you that you can go to our YouTube and subscribe to the channel. You'll watch us live on YouTube. Join our community there, because most of our programs that will air here are usually on YouTube, so you could watch it when you have the chance. You could go back to it and all of that, leave a comment, and our mobile app is also there for you. So if the signals are not clear where you are, maybe you're traveling, you could just download the mobile app. Go to Google Play Store. It's there for you. Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and then you could watch us or listen to the audio. And then if you can download it, there is the website. We're streaming there also live, www.voiceofthepeople.ng. We'll also stream live on Facebook. So we are all on all the platforms, so that you can take us everywhere you go. And then we give you a voice everywhere you go. So let's get on with it this morning. A lot is happening and a lot has happened. Let's talk about it this morning. We start with the Punch newspaper. The first headline here from the Punch reads: Protests rock Ogun, Abia, Nasarawa over pool results. That's from the Punch newspaper. Atiku, Obi, two others asked tribunal to nullify Tinubu's victory. Assembly polls, Osun Oyo Tribunal received 34 petitions for Oyo student gang rape 16-year-old mentally challenged schoolmate. Very sad story. INEC denies fortifying Abia election results. That's from the Punch newspaper. Now to the Vanguard this morning. Will occupy Enugu until Peter Mba is declared the winner. Enugu residents. Stories on the Vanguard newspaper. Presidential polls, Atiku files petition, insists Tinubu not qualified to contest. Yeah, the story is on the Vanguard. NNPP accuses Ganduje's government of instigating violence after Kanu Guba polls. That is on the Vanguard also. Now to the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. I am eager to go, says Buhari. And gunmen adopt teenager in Ondo demands 10 million naira ransom. Stories on the Daily Trust newspaper. Electoral violence, 6 suspects to face prosecution in Lagos. And here also from the Daily Trust, APC gives 7 days ultimatum for review of Kanu Guba results. And finally this morning, Senate presidency, it's my turn, says Orji Uzo Kalu. From the Daily Trust newspaper, you get full details of that story. Now to This Day newspaper, U.S. demands prosecution of everyone involved in intimidation of voters, suppression of voting. And the writer here says threatens sanction for those complicit in undermining democracy in Nigeria. We'll move on now to more stories here from This Day newspaper. Buhari, I am happy Nigerians now realize their voting power. Now, the writers to this story says, I told voters to take money, vote according to their conscience. Hint, he's eager to retire home and tend to his over 300 animals. Remove fuel subsidy before leaving. U.S. envoy advises president. And also from the headline this morning, Buhari, my government has succeeded in combating terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, separatist tendency, crude oil theft. Really naughty, some of his achievements there. Another story here from This Day newspaper says Buhari rejects bill seeking legislative power to summon president, governors. The story is on This Day newspaper. Now, from the Sun this morning, Tinubu condemns ethnic war over election. Declare me winner or cancel election, Obi tells tribunal. The story is on the Sun newspaper. Soludo hails Tinubu, demands Kanu's release. Also from the Sun this morning, I am most suitable to be next Senate president, says Kalu. Okay, the story is also from the Sun newspaper. Now we move to the Nations this morning. President-elect election is over. It's time for healing. That's the headline from the president-elect. Says election is over. It's time for healing. The story is on the Nation's newspaper. No cash in banks despite CBN 1 trillion naira in circulation claim. Also this morning, Boko Haram negotiator Mamu arraigned, returned to SSS custody. That story is also on the Nation. Court strikes at the federal government alleged 70 trillion naira looted funds suit. And finally, this morning, anxiety over results persist in Enugu, Abia, Adamawa, Kebbi. From the Nations this morning. So these are your headlines from all of these newspapers. When the phone lines are open, you can respond to any of the story you've heard. Now we move to discuss one of the hottest topics right now. We have a couple of them, so we'll just quickly go through these stories and then open the phone lines quickly because I can't wait to hear from you. Now, this one here says Buhari rejects bill seeking legislative powers to summon president and governors. Now, this story is a very interesting story. I'll read a bit of it, a little explanation, and then Rufai Oseni will also comment on the story. Now, the Senate on Tuesday lamented President Muhammadu Buhari's refusal to sign constitution amendment bills, especially the one which seeks to empower lawmakers to summon the president and the governors. Now, you remember that during the Naira scarcity, when it was very serious, when CBN did the Naira redesign and withdrawal limit, you wonder why is it that the Senate could not summon the president to come and explain what is really going on. They couldn't do that because it's not constitutional. So the Senate now put in the bill for the president to sign so that they will have the power to summon the governors and the president when the need arises. They could summon them and ask them questions, like it's been done in different parts of the world. You see, in US, who summon the president, summon him to come and explain some certain things. But now Buhari did not sign that into law. So they can't summon the governor, they can't summon the president. So this has caused a lot of talk. Now, the president of the Senate, Hamad Lawal, while presiding over plenary, said the rejected legislation was one of the 18 constitution alteration bill forwarded to Buhari by the National Assembly for assent. Now, Buhari on Friday last week assented to 16 out of the 36 constitutional alteration bill transmitted to him for assent by the National Assembly. Now, the most striking of the assented 16 bills, according to him, was the 5th alteration bill, and number 6, which makes provision for financial independence of state houses of assembly and judiciary. So now the judiciary and the state house of assembly now has autonomy. They are financially independent now. Before now it's about who pays the piper, who calls the tune. But now they are liberated. So they've gained financial independence. It's been signed into law. That's one of the bills that was signed into law. Others were those that has to do with power devolution in the areas of moving railway services, correctional centers, and power generation and distribution from the exclusive list to concurrent list. So now every state has the power to generate, distribute electricity. So the power has been given to the states. Every state now can generate, distribute electricity. He also signed that into law. That has gotten a lot of commendation. Also for the railway, also every state is now in charge of their railways transportation system. They can manage it, set it up, and all of that. So these are some of the discussions concerning the bills that were signed into law and the ones that were rejected. So out of 35, 16 were signed into law. So we'll listen to Rufai Oseni's analysis, and then we'll come back to talk about Peter Obi. The case is now in court. So we'll just give a little detail about that, and then the phone lines will be open. So let's start this morning. We'll listen to Rufai Oseni now.
And specific bills. Thank you so much, Mary. The truth has to be said. These bills were very, very important and specific bills that are going to tip the balance as regards how things are done in Nigeria. But the shocking thing is that the president did not accept most of them. And what were most of these bills? He only ascended to about 16 of them, like you rightly said, out of 35 constitutional alteration bills. Let me start with the good ones. The good ones is the fact that, yes, they've been able to devolve more power to the state. We keep talking about restructuring. So thank you so much, Mary. The truth, accept most of them. And what were most of these bills? He only ascended to about 16 of them, like you rightly said, out of 35 constitutional alteration bills. Let me start with the good ones. The good ones is the fact that, yes, they've been able to devolve more power to the state. We keep talking about restructuring. So they've been able to devolve more power to the states now in such a way that railway, prisons, and all of that, can majorly be handled by the state. In fact, I think the Lagos state governor did tweet about this, and he talked about the fact that he's going to use this now to be able to set up an electricity market, to be able to provide more for the people. And these are part of the things as regards, restructuring, and other people have been talking about. But most importantly, I think the part of the restructuring is for states to be able to control their resource. The conversation about states having the capacity to be able to control what happens underneath their ground, which the federal government is not willing, to let go of. And that's a very fundamental conversation, because if you check back at the Republican Constitution of 63, states used to control their resources in such a way that it was only a certain percentage that went to the federation purse, for every mineral resource possible. If you go and read the 1963 Constitution, it was clearly stated there. And the restructuring a lot of people are saying is that if this happens, then most of the running of the activities of the state will be in the state, and they'll be able to grow and develop on their pace. And that's why back in the days it was according to the regions. And that's why regions could grow as regards them. I mean, the Western region, for instance, made a lot of money from cocoa. They had their own cocoa boards and things like that, which most of it was controlled according at the regional level. So these are the conversations being had at this point in time. But the president, only acceded to the capacity for the states, to be able to control railway. I think electricity too is in the mix, be able to create the electricity and all of that. But most importantly, I think the control of their resource is the paramount conversation here. That's on the good side. But the other side that I'm not happy about, we've always talked about the fact that the Nigerian president is a monarchy. And the fact that it's a big-time monarchy just makes everything sad for people. The capacity for the National Assembly to be able to summon the president was a very integral one that we thought that the president was going to highlight and, assent to that bill. But it didn't assent to it. So what it means invariably is that President Buhari, still wants to keep those presidential powers, that the National Assembly, can't be able to summon the president in terms of, anything happening in the nation, and which is quite very sad. But I'm just going to give you a breakdown of those that we are seeing. Before, there was so much to by the president. I think there was a bill sent forward that heads of National Assembly former heads of National Assembly should be part of the Council of State, to make it more robust. As we all know, Council of State is majorly dominated by former presidents of the country now, and also, I think chief judges and the likes. So that one is there. There was also a bill as regards, the timeline for providing appropriation bill by the president. There was also a bill for alteration for conversations around the need for a State of the Union address, which is quite very apt. Time to time, the president must be able to address us in the country and all of that. A couple of those ones where I see that. So, but I think the crux of the matter, is President Buhari rejecting the bill seeking legislative powers to summon the president, which is quite sad. For us to be able to deepen democracy, we must have a great level of accountability, and accountability is key. And probably we hope that, the incoming president in Nigeria will be able to accede to that, because, hey, the Nigerian president must be accountable to the National Assembly, and we must be able to holistically look at these issues. The Nigerian president, the powers given to him in the Constitution is too much. It's sort of like a monarch. But on the bright spot will be things like, and like I keep saying, I think part of the things we fight for deepening democracy in the country too, can also be gotten by putting pressure on the president to be able to accede this bill, and through alterations of the constitutions, by our National Assembly members or our legislators. And that's why you, as a person, you should call your legislator, concerning the bills you want to push, when we get a chance to be able to alter the constitution. You see, apart from the electoral process, Nigerians too should also learn to be part of constitution alteration bills. You should go for these town hall meetings where people get a chance to sit down and talk about what's in the constitution and what they don't like about the constitution. Because in the end, the constitution says we the people. And for drafting any constitution, I think the 1979 constitution and other constitutions, while they were drafting them, they have something called the Constituent Assembly, where people were elected to be part of the constitutional drafting committee, to be able to be part of the nation. And I don't know why till date we have not pushed for the things that were said in the, confab, the constitutional conference prior to this time, done by Goodluck Jonathan. I think some of the recommendations as regards state creation, I don't know why we have not pushed so that all those other things too will be implemented. But the bright spot is the devolution of power as regards, electricity. So states now cannot complain that they cannot do a lot. So states now can generate their own electricity and sell their own electricity. It doesn't have to be the federal government any longer. Also railway services. So states too can also have their railway services and have their interstate railway services built by the state to be able to deepen infrastructure in the country. Sure. So we should be seeing those massive investments now, since they pushed that railways and power generation and distribution, and it's been signed into law, to the concurrent list, which involves the states as regards the constitution. So I'm really very excited about that one, and this is something we should all look at, strongly, to be able to deepen democracy and constitutional reforms. This country will be great, and definitely we need to keep speaking about things like
Thank you so much, Rufai, for that analysis. I'm going to open the phone lines. I'd like to hear from you what you think about the bills that have been signed into law, especially that every state will be responsible for their electricity, generate, distribute electricity. That's a good one. So we might see some states that will be better at this. And then concerning the railway also, every state is now in charge. That's another one that have been signed into law, and the financial autonomy that have been given to the judiciary also, that's another one. But before we do that, before we open the phone lines, let's quickly talk about this from the nation. Although it's on all the newspapers, it said declare me winner or cancel polls, Obi urges tribunal. So we know that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the February 25th election, Peter Obi has asked the presidential election petition court to, among others, declare him the winner of the election. In the alternative, Obi prayed the court to cancel the election and conduct a fresh poll. So the case is in court now. We can't really go into the details because when a matter is in court, you can talk so much about it. But we can look at the issues surrounding it. What is he praying the court to do as regards the election? So I think let's take a listen to Rufai. He did a short analysis on that, and then we'll come back, open the phone lines. Conversation will
And also, one very important story, Mary, is the fact that Peter Obi has finally put his election petition case forward, and he wants the election to be nullified on about 3 to 4 grounds. The first ground is the fact that Tinubu and Shettima were not qualified, so they should be disqualified, saying that Tinubu had, forfeited about $460,000 in the drug case, and because of that he's not qualified, and also that Shettima, was the senatorial candidate before a nomination was made. So on that grounds that they are not qualified. Secondly, as regards the 25%. Thirdly, the fact that votes from over 18,000 polling units, were manipulated and all of that. So about these 3-4 grounds, and also the grounds that INEC didn't follow his guidelines. So based on all of this, he wants the votes nullified. So he's filed at the appeal court. Let's say it pans out. His legal team is, we've got Dr. Livio Zoku, Peazu, SAN, and pretty much leads on this. And I know also Atiku Abubakar too has also filed, but once we get the details of Atiku Abubakar's case, then we'll be able to, analyze it in detail. So he said that most of the votes he did win. In fact, when I further read the case file, he talked about states like Rivers, said that the votes given to him in Rivers was not what he got, that he got way more than that he won Rivers with over 200,000 votes, and APC got its 2,000, but he said they swapped the votes. He also talked about Benue, that he won Benue, that his vote was supposed to be 329,000 thereabouts in Benue. And he also talked about the fact that INEC had declined to give him all the things he needed. In fact, in some states, INEC said that some forms that he required, to be able to prosecute his case were not available, that INEC pretty much frustrated this process after 3 different letters that he did write. So the case file is over 100 pages with all the oaths filed in them. Part of his weaknesses will be forensic experts, data analysts, and also he's going to be calling representatives from AWS, Amazon Web Services. Those are the providers of the cloud platform, the server for INEC. So he's going to be calling all of them, getting a couple of forensic experts in. Also, he's going to be taking newspaper reportage, to be able to corroborate his case, and media, filings and things like that, things that were said in the media. So it's over 100 pages that's in public domain. Let's see how all of this pans out in the coming days. But the news this morning is that Peter Obi has filed this case, because it was only yesterday I got a chance to talk to Tanko Yunus, and I asked him, and he said they were well on their way to filing their case. So it's finally been filed yesterday at the Court of Appeal.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rufai. And we're going to open the phone lines, but before we do that, we need to go pay some bills. And after that, we will start talking. This is the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa, just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data, just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash, as long as you get Momo account. No cash, no wahala, and e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account inside your Momo account, make you fit dey pay for anything. Send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo. For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and Coldberry ice cream, delight in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festac Town, 28 at Denira Ogusanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and Coldberry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions. Hospitality is not to change, but to offer space where change can take place. And that's the beautiful experience you get at Golden Tulip Hotel. We don't only serve you, we give you an unforgettable treat. Check out our room categories: deluxe, executive, diplomatic. Visit us and enjoy our complimentary buffet breakfast, 24 hours internet services, and a constant power supply. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop-off. Yeah! Golden Tulip Essential Hotel is located at number 42 Murtala Muhammad International Airport Road, less than 5 minutes away from the airport. For bookings and reservations, call us on 0815-700-3333 or 0815-700-3333 or email info@airportgoldenTulipHotel.com or reservations@airportgoldentuliphotel.com. Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, international standard, local flavor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hottest radio station that gives you a voice is now in Abuja! Hooray!
volume, don't be shy. VOPFM Abuja 96.1.
It's Voice of the People, 96.1 FM.
Abuja.
Get ready to tune in to the best station for talk, the latest news, and the most informative radio station around. From dusk to dawn, we've got you covered. All your favorite tunes
and the news discovered.
Join the ever-growing voice of the people.
Abuja.
We are here, and your voice will be heard. Your world is about to change. So, everyone, we are now in the capital city of Nigeria, Abuja. There you have it, folks. The new radio station that's sure to keep you hooked, you know, and never miss a bit.
VOPFM
Abuja.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hot.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV, show up, speak up.
And we are back. It's still your number one station for Talks, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Mary, and you are listening to the Front Page Review. We have lots of hot stories this morning. The one we have discussed is concerning what our President Muhammadu Buhari has signed into law. He signed 16 out of the 35 bills. And some of the things that he did not sign into law has got a lot of people talking. One of which was not being able to be summoned. Now you cannot summon the president or the governor before the Senate. That's one. He did not accede to that. Buhari rejected the bill seeking the legislative power to summon the president and the governor. But there are other beautiful things that he has signed into law. Now let's take the phone call 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Mary.
Welcome to the program. What's your name and location?
Ikan, calling you from Salo.
Mr. Ikan. Welcome. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm trying to pause.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Welcome.
And you get after the small song. After the Maybe I supposed to talk about something yesterday, but I couldn't take it. I think I can say it. That you were asking about the way forward after the election.
Mm.
And one of the things I suggest, and I know that probably if it would do to help us, is to change the name of this country, Nigeria.
Mm.
Because so many things took place on Saturday. Maybe I told you I trekked all the way from Solo to Ajao State to catch my food.
Mm.
And behold, there was something that made me feel sad. A man was beaten, kicked, slapped in presence of his unborn child.
Mm.
What do I mean? The man went there with his pregnant woman and he was beaten, he was slapped. Because what did he do?
He wasn't a thief. He only obeyed the law of the land. He wanted to go and cash his food, but at the end, he got what never became so. I want to say that this country belongs to all of us. If we could change the name of this country, because I cannot see when a Nigerian go outside the country, he will do better. We talk about our law enforcement agents, talk about our police, talk about every other people. But the moment they return back to this country, what do we have? We have something different. It seems everything seems to be backward or upside down. It is very, very sad. My son asked me yesterday, he said, Daddy, I know the meaning of engineer. I know who the doctor is, who is a professor. Will I tell my child, Mary, please will help me answer that question? So maybe when he come back today, I will be able to tell him that the meaning of a professor is like this. Because I will not be able to tell him that the professor is somebody that promised Nigeria free, a terrible election, and at the end of it all, he do something otherwise.
Yeah.
Somebody who couldn't keep even very simple agreement. Mary, I am sad. Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you for calling. Appreciate it. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call in and join the conversation. Why for WhatsApp is 0700 903 9039. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Mary.
Welcome to the program.
My name is Arin Zike Chukwu.
Welcome.
I'm calling from Agodasur.
Great, welcome. Go ahead.
You see, I don't know why politicians are shamelessly immune. The slogan, "It is my turn," will still become order of the day. Imagine us use Okaro, a man that milk out their state is dry because nothing was done to him. He's now saying it is his turn to become Senate president. So it's now cake that is being cut. When it's your turn, you cut. As for our president-elect,
yes,
speaking from both sides of the mouth, he condemned the attack on polls. What is the characteristics of what brought you to be declared as president-elect? It's like a thief. After stealing, and why stealing, you train people that will take over from you. Now, after stealing, you now begin to tell them that stealing is not good. He said that election is over. It's healing time. Healing who? With who? With what? P2B said, if His Excellency should be added to your name, the process that brought you to wherever you are should be excellent. Is he shown excellent? If he's condemning the people he trained, what has been done to MC Olumo? What have done to the man that he did? All these drunkard of others that will engineer their people.
Thank you for calling. I wouldn't want you to call names, as in call people
it's
names.
Annoying.
I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comment this morning. 0700 903 903 903. Good morning.
Mary, how are you? Good morning.
I'm doing great this morning. Good morning to you. Welcome, Mr. Peter Monte.
Thank you very much, Mary.
Yeah.
Now, Mary, let me say that P2B has gone to court.
Yes.
He has told us all the reasons that either he should be declared the winner or the election should be cancelled.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can applaud him for that. And I want to link that up with the comment of America, that the America say all those who cause trouble during the election should be prosecuted. And they also threaten a visa ban. It should not stop there. I want to use the strength of P2B and call on the cancellation of the shenanigan that took place in Lagos on Saturday. And they call it election. Mary, I will never, Peter Monte will never accept a governor that was installed by the activities of thugs and hooligans. Mary, how can you come up and you stop, you embarrass, you harass with public assault of a particular tribe in the country? Mary, we had them, we saw them, we witnessed them. International community, our brothers and sisters in diaspora, they told us all the videos that are downloaded for them there. How
Igbos will call names. They call them Igbos. Igbos must vote. If the Igbo don't come out, if the Igbo don't vote, if the Igbo don't do this. So this thing is not a hidden thing. Nobody will tell me, don't mention them, don't do this. Maybe we have the name. They call the name. And they publicly assault the tribe. They publicly fought them on the road and stop them from exercising their civic responsibility as Nigerians. We want to let it lie low, and somebody say we talk peace. What type of peace? If this thing they did in Lagos is allowed to stand, and so on is allowed to stand, he will never be referred to by Peter Monte as my governor. I am telling you honestly, and those who love peace, those who love justice, those who love equity, those who love righteousness will not accept what happened in Lagos State. So I am only summoning this up this morning that is either what they call election in Lagos should be cancelled, because you cannot come to my house and tell me don't come out. Oh, we know you, we just respect you because you are Igbo. You cannot come and tell me I show you my card, I am an APC member. You say yes, we know you are, but you are an Igbo, and we know when you get to polling station, we know the person you will vote for. And when I insisted, you put a cut on my head when I'm not a thief.
Thank you.
This should not be allowed to go.
Yeah,
there should be a court case. The Igbos, the RSS must charge Lagos State government to court and make sure I never also go to court to cancel this in the court election. There was no election in Lagos State.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Monte. Thank you. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number. And for WhatsApp is 0700 903 9039. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, it's a heated voice of the people this morning.
It's always heated. Always heated. Different opinions.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. My name is Peter from Kano. Thank you for
Mr.
very much for this program.
It's been long, Peter for Kano. It's been long. You called him.
You know, the traffic is much now. Before one gets through to you, everybody, the voice of the people is getting hotter, and that's what we want to hear people talk. You know, I'm very happy for that. Yeah, okay. What I want to say, is just say on two things. Number one, the first one is concerning a president being summoned to the National Assembly. You understand? Because look at it. If you call yourself a president, you say you are the servant leader. You understand? You respond to our calls. There are the emergency issue. The president cannot be reached. Ordinary Nigerians cannot even enter into the Aso Rock to see what is happening. You understand? You are confined. And most time, people really want to hear from you. You understand? And if you look at what is happening in other democracies, it's not like this. So if you have immunity that a criminal case cannot be done or whatever it is kept aside until you're done, why should this president not give us this gift? You know, why are you giving me a cake without an icing on it? You approve some, you left some. Why will he do this? You understand? We want to strengthen this democracy. And I'm sure 8 years he's been there. He has seen the last thing. Even some state governors, they are like emperors in their state. Why can't we summon these people? Is it the word someone that is too much for him? If he's a born-again Democrat and he knows that he's a Democrat, he should know that what is the big deal for the president to come to the National Assembly? So the president only comes to the National Assembly to give us budget, but he cannot come to the National Assembly to defend some of the policy. Is this democracy, or is there any line of this policy that he does not like that he wants us to adjust so that these things can be adjusted and whatever it is? So because you cannot continue like this and we continue to see a country in this nature, we need to fix it. You know, like what Rufai said, the statement in front of the Constitution says, we the people of Nigeria. So, if we, the people of Nigeria, didn't write it, now we, the people of Nigeria, want to correct it. If you go on the street and do a survey and ask Nigeria, should the president be summoned when there are issues, you see how 80%, I'm sure, we say, yes, they should be summoned now. It's like an employee that you cannot talk to. But this our employee is our guy at the top. And we should be able to hear from you. Look at when we have the CBN issue. We couldn't call him. But him and the CBN governor, without the whatever it is, went ahead and signed this policy and look at the situation. For him to come out, I think the president should take a second look at this thing and help us trying this thing. We need to invite him when issues are not going well, so that we'll not be hearing stories all around. Thank you very much, Mary. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate Mr. Peter. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Now we head over to WhatsApp and then we'll do a bit of YouTube and come back to the phone lines. Good morning, Mary. For me, Buhari is already gone because of all the intimidation threats to Igbos in Lagos. He never said anything to call people to order. Gabi from Ojo. Thank you, Mr. Gabi or Ms. Gabi, for your message. Another one here says, good morning, Nigeria. Nigerians can't wait to see President Buhari leaves Aso Rock because he has brought more pain and hunger to the country, a president that is above the law. It's unfortunate and regret having him as a president. From HRHBC Nwoko in Oshodi, thank you for your message. We have another one here. This is a bit long. Oh, Mr. Degboyega, this is an episode. I will just read the first paragraph. Next time, just summarize it so I could take lots of messages. Good morning, Mary. The president said he's eager to go after leaving behind sorrows, tears, death, poverty. What a shame. Nigerians can't wait to see him go back to his village. His 8 years has been hell of years. No positive impression or impact on the lives of Nigerians. His policies has been anti-progress, anti-people policy that has collapsed industries and small-scale business. Buhari administration is a nightmare. Adeboyega Adedeji, thank you. I know you went on, but can't take all of them. Hello, Mary. This is Lugard from Benin. The president's refusal to assent to the constitutional amendment bill seeking legislative power to invite president and governors while in office is a sad development. My sincere take over the matter is a total removal of immunity clause from our constitution. This has really empowered executive rascals to always have their way, even in the face of gross misconduct while in office. Thank you, Mr. Lugard from Benin, for your message. Okay, we have another one here from Biodun from Ikorodu. Summoning the president by the Senate is a sacrilege in our dictatorial political structure, and as such, the president-elect would not assent to similar bills when in charge. Really? Our democracy is a game played only by the political master, while some of us played along with these politicians depending on our interests, but complain when we are shortchanged. The cycle of frustration and lamentation will continue until we change our ways and do the needful and be honest with ourselves. God have mercy on us. Biadu from Ikorodu, thank you for your message. Simishola from Isolo, Lagos says, good morning, Mary. Thank God for his message. I am Yoruba full-blooded, but I want my Yoruba brothers and sisters. Oh, this is an old message. Good morning. Please, your volume output is low online. Oh, really? I think we'll work on it. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Simishola. Said our volume is low online. So I think the technical people have heard that. They're going to work on it right away. Thank you for your message. Now, SON from Ikotu says, good morning, Ramadan Kareem to all my Muslims around the world. I pray to God to answer Nigerian huge demand for good leadership. Nigeria belongs to all of us, irrespective of our religion, region, tribe, man or woman. God bless VOP, God bless Nigeria. SON from Ikoton, thank you for your message. And this is from Joy from Isolo. Say, good morning, Mary. Time will come that they will no longer be able to do all this to us. I'm just wondering the way our international community looking at us now. It's very shameful. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Joy, for your message. I think I'm going to round off here before we come back to the phone line. Good morning, VOP. Mary, well done. Please, the people are hurting. What is the healing process? What about the people that had died? So many things are wrong. I want to truly be healed. Christy from Igondo, don't we all? We all want to be healed from bad leadership. 0700 903 903 903. Let me head over to YouTube so that our voice can be heard on all platforms. On YouTube here, we have some messages. This one is from... not all the message I can read. Ugochukwu says, okay, you're answering someone. Mama Obasuyi said, good morning, Mary. Obi is on the right track. May God Almighty guide and protect him. Okay, thank you for that message. Let's see if I can read another one here. Okay, I'll keep checking. But let's go to the phone lines. The numbers is 0700 903 903 903. Good morning to you. Good morning. You are on. Okay. I think we've lost the call.
Yeah. Good morning, Mary.
Okay, you're there. Great. What's your name and location?
Yeah, my name is Chucks. I'm calling from Northampton, UK.
Great. Go ahead, sir.
Sometimes we need to say the truth, right? Yesterday I tried a lot to get hold of you. When you're shutting people down from speaking their mind.
As you're talking, and my heart is beating. When you talk, please, the words you're gonna use this morning, let it be seasoned with salt, because the quality is already heated.
No, I'm not going to say something that is out of this thing, but I just want to correct one notion that the likes of Bayo and Onuga will come on air to say something that is as bad as what he said. I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah.
This is a man that controls millions in his social media and the others, and nobody's calling his attention. What about the people who died in this election? We don't talk about them. And all we care is, don't say this because it's going to boil. We need to talk about the people who died in this election because they have no sin coming out to perform their civic duties. These are the people my sympathy goes to first before any other thing. Because they have not done wrong. Tomorrow we will be on air begging people to come out and vote and they exercise their franchise. And yet they died and nobody talks about it. It pains me. It pains me. Let justice go round. Let us start saying it as it is. And those things we are avoiding, let us come round table and discuss it. I think that is the way to go forward. Thank you for your good job.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, turn down the volume on your radio set.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Okay. Yeah. Please, what I want to comment now. My name is Obi Okong from Orule.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, I'm urging all Igbos and Ohanes and Igbo. We should boycott census coming up.
You can come here and be calling on people, calling on this. Your opinion on what we're discussing. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's your name and location? Turn down the volume on your radio set. Turn down the volume.
And that's what I'm doing.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much. My name is James. I'm calling from Alaba International.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
I've been trying your line. Thank God. This is my first time.
Oh, welcome. Thank God you were able to get through.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened about the election? I was a victim. Yes, I was a victim of the election. So what happened was that I went to vote. As I told you now, they broke up my phone. They beat me like animal. Those people. My polling is 019 at along the Ibadan Road. So I know that Nigeria is bleeding. People died because of this. But I'm also a victim.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes. I was there. I was rushed to the hospital. If you see, the phone is just because I came out there. There's a touch already. And I wanted to make call. They don't know who I'm calling. They don't want to know. If you are not going to vote for APC, go back home. So I was standing by like other people. I want to make call. They bounce on me. They hit me like, if you see me that day, they tore my clothes, beat me mercilessly. You understand? So this is why I've been calling this line after election, that governorship election. I've been calling this line. But thank God this morning, it was a surprise for me that I be able to speak out my mind.
Yeah.
But my dear, in the situation I am, at my age, that some young boys who are living in the same community with me can be used, and they don't care about anybody. That I'm a different person now from who I was before, just because they want to fulfill their own mission. It is unfair that we are training lions, which are later tomorrow they will come back to eat us. The kind of gun they shoot after the election, because I later vote after they beat me up.
You still went ahead to vote. Wow.
I went back to vote because I said this is my right. Somebody kill me, no problem. It will be on the national news. But thank God the deployment of armed policemen from the police station, and there's a army people that was stationed at very close by. When the thing was too much, I'm telling you, they're up to 70. That they're putting it about 4 in that area. They scatter everywhere. I was even when I want to make that I go by the side. I didn't know that all of my dear, we are messed up. If this is how election is being done, that means we Nigerians have gone back. I don't even know where we belong, because during our war was Shagari, that you were around the 70s, 50s. They was doing well.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your experiences.
Even if you want the evidence, I will still send it to you. I have everything is with me. The police have given me paper to go to hospital. I have gone to the hospital. Everything is with me. But justice must prevail.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
We appreciate you for sharing your experiences. We have lots of videos that show the violence that occurred on Saturday. So we all know what happened. I was here on Saturday throughout the elections, getting reports, correspondent calling in and covering the whole election. So yeah. So sorry for what happened to you. So you can send the video to us on the WhatsApp WhatsApp number 0700 903 903 9. Okay, so that's the size of our program today. I could see a comment from Healther said, "This woman, you're biased. Why can't you allow your viewers to explain their minds, but you want them to call in Nigerian can't be redeemed again?" You know, this is a radio, national radio, and there are laws that guide broadcasting. So it's not everything on your mind you will say. It's public speaking, and you can come and heat up the polity. So when you're on radio, even though you want to express how you feel, you want to talk, you make sure that the words you use are seasoned. So you don't heat up any polity, you don't cause chaos, you don't cause a fight after that. What we preach basically here is peace. So we hear you out, but we preach peace. But if you're calling on people, I call on this group, I call on this to take, no, you can't come here and be calling on all of those people. You could use your platform to do the call. Thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. I appreciate you. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie. You can find me on Instagram. I'm there at Mary Media, MERRY Media. Okay, coming up next at 8 o'clock is Oge Ndibo. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Do not change the dial. Keep it here.